Today's podcast is about how to know when your relationship is dead. Do me a favor, like, share, and tag, y'all. Not going to be on here long because I got to go and do my workout. And I have not eaten. And my trainer told me it is imperative that I stop eating after 9. Well, I'll have you know it is 8:51, and I'm going to have to break the rules today because I am hungry. Okay? And so, yeah, man, I'm going to talk to you today about how to know when your relationship is dead. Here's the truth of the matter, y'all. Some relationships aren't permanent, and we need to understand that. Stop trying to make everything permanent. Sometimes it's just not going to work out. And then sometimes we're just not doing the right things or the proper things to make sure our relationships are nurtured. You have to nurture relationships. Do me a favor, like, share, and tag. Y'all don't make me keep saying it. Please just do it so we can get some good numbers. All right, here's some information I want to give you. I want you to understand this, y'all. I think we get into relationships and we get chemistry versus compatibility confused. We think that because we have chemistry that we are compatible. And it's just simply not the case, y'all. Just because we are vibing, just because we are feeling each other, just because the energy is good, does not mean that we are compatible. You feel what I'm saying? We need to understand that there is a difference between chemistry and compatibility. All right. So let's talk about it. All right. How do you know when your relationship is just coming to an end? It's over. It's done. There is no resuscitation. Understand that. Stop going back. And here's the problem. Now, I want to say this too before I get into I think about 7 or 8 things. Once I tell you this and you say, you know what? My relationship fits about 8 out of the 9. Then it's over. If you are listening to this and you say, okay, my relationship fits 1 out of the 9, don't panic. Just have a conversation and you all start to work on it. If, in fact, the person is interested, because some relationships are salvageable. All right, we need to understand that. All right, some relationships are salvageable if both parties work to make sure that the relationship becomes healthy, okay? But if you fit at least 70%, 80%, 90%, even 50% of what I'm about to tell you, I'm talking to you. Go ahead and leave, and don't try to go back and get the relationship, all right? Remember, y'all, that we Christians believe in something called a soul tie. You don't miss the person, you miss the sex. And the sex causes a soul tie. And the sex or the soul tie may make you think or make you feel that it's so hard to say goodbye. And it's not. It's just a soul tie talking. Okay? And so once you destroy that emotional tie, it won't be so hard to walk away and never come back. Let's talk about it, y'all. How do you know when your relationship is dead? Number 1, I have about 9 things for you. I know on my title I said 7, but I lied. Please forgive me. Here it is, y'all. Number 1, there's no emotional connection. You guys have lost emotional connection. What do you mean, Dr. Gabe? There's no spark. There is no, you don't come alive. There are no fireworks. You don't get stimulated emotionally at the thought or the sight of this particular person. You know, when a woman stops being vulnerable and when a man stops being vulnerable and transparent, you know, there are relationships that you enjoy talking to the person, you enjoy being around them. I mean, as soon as they walk in the room, your heart skips a beat. It's like this, boom, boom, boom. Instead of boom, boom, it's boom, boom, boom. It's triplet, triplet, triplet. Versus, you know, our hearts beat regular, boom, 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 boom. Now, you ain't in love if your heart does boom, boom. But when your heart does boom, 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 when they walk in the room, oh man, that means the spark is there. You get, ladies, have you ever seen your man walk in the room and you start to get nervous? You start to get nervous. Ooh. That means the spark is there. Here's a sign that your relationship is dead. You no longer get nervous. You're just fine. Your heart does not skip a beat. Actually, it slows down. Listen to me. When a relationship has emotional connection, you don't hide your feelings. You want to share your feeling. It's a connection. They touch your soul. They touch your soul. they make you come alive. You are excited to wake up in the morning at the thought of their very existence. I feel some snaps coming. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a sign that the relationship may be coming to an end when there is no emotional connection. Number two, physical intimacy doesn't stimulate you anymore. Now let's talk about it. We all grown. Hear me very carefully. When you're no longer interested in having sex with a person, now let's say you are a person that's trying to save yourself from marriage. Well, congratulations. All right. But we're all human. Doesn't matter what your circumstance is. If in fact you do not have a sexual attraction to your partner, you got to say partner these days because, the world has changed. So I don't want to be offensive to any person. So I'll just use the word partner. Okay? If you don't have any type of sexual attraction to your partner, I mean, you're not even aroused when they touch you. Oh, yeah. Understand something, y'all. That's a clear sign. That relationship is dead. Now, understand this. Sexual desires can go up and down. Sometimes you're not in the mood. Sometimes you're aggravated. Sometimes you don't want to be touched. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you are not interested in having sex with a person. Let's say you're trying to save yourself from marriage, but if they come into the room, you're not like, let's stop now. Let's stop now before it goes too far. It doesn't matter whether you're trying to save your sex or you're having sex. If you don't desire a sexual connection with your partner, that's a clear sign. A sexual connection, you all, sometimes is oftentimes a reflection of hear me, don't miss what I'm saying to you. A sexual connection, a sexual desire is oftentimes a clear sign of if a relationship is no longer passionate, it's no longer alive. And so we have to be honest. And here you may be a Christian, you may be of another religion, we're all human beings at the end of the day. And if you don't have a desire to be touched, if you don't get stimulated or aroused when a person is touching you, you have no interest at all. Clear sign. Number three, it's hard to agree on anything. You all don't agree on anything. All you do is argue. If Jamie Foxx were here, he would say, we got to stop arguing. You don't agree on anything. You say left, she says right. She says right, you say left. We say go, you say stay. We say we, she says me. I mean, it's always an argument. It's always a disagreement. Are we going to have disagreements from time to time? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it's a continual disagreement all the time. And then here's the truth of the matter. It's over small things. Now, even if there are arguments, sometimes we go through rough patches. So I want to be very clear when I say this. Sometimes we go through rough patches. We do. And so there's always an argument. But when there is not a desire to fix things, when you don't care how you leave it, when you don't care about you don't care about hurting the person's feelings, you don't care about coming together and agreeing, you don't care about any of those things, that's a sign the relationship may be dead. Number 5, here's one, my favorite one, because it's very important. Understand this. Sign that relationship is dead, someone else is more appealing to you. Someone else is more appealing to you. Do me a favor, like, share, and tag. When someone else is more appealing to you, that's a clear sign that the relationship may be coming to an end. Now, is it normal to fantasize about other people from time to time? It's normal. We're all human beings, right? We're human, all right? Now, we're not talking about, the normal or the natural reaction or response to seeing another person, social media, in the mall, in the market. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about when you are absolutely fixated on another person, whether it's someone at your job, it's an ex, you're trying to always stalk. Now, here it is, you're in a relationship, but you're always visiting your ex's page. You're always talking to a coworker at work. You can't wait. Always know this. Men, here's a sign. Men, here's a sign. when she gets really, really, really prepped up for work, typically she ain't, you know, she's not trying to get a promotion. It's a sign when she's fixated on, or he or she is fixated on someone else. That's a sign. Meaning they are more attracted to someone else than they are you. Here's I want to kind of dig into this. When you care more about when you care more about fantasizing about someone else, that may be a sign that you are no longer attracted to the person that you're with. When you're texting, inboxing, sending pictures to someone else on a very, very intimate level, that's a sign that your relationship is dead. We're not even talking about, hear me, we're not talking about cheating. We're not talking about cheating, though that is cheating. What I'm saying is this: if that's your desire, you care more about that than pleasing and loving your partner. I mean, you don't care. You're more interested in that than something else with your partner, and the relationship is dead. Okay, number 5 or number 6, the trust is gone. You absolutely don't trust them. If it's some type of infidelity or some type of adultery or whatever, or it's just you don't trust a person to come through for you. Whatever it is, when the trust is gone, doesn't matter what, because sometimes people are not, the trust doesn't leave because someone cheated. Sometimes the trust leaves. Sometimes the trust leaves because the person just consistently breaks promises. You don't trust your partner to come through. You don't trust your partner to defend you. You don't trust your partner to have your back. You don't. You're always concerned if they are where they say they are. Those are all trust issues, and if it's absolutely gone, then that's a clear sign. Now, from time to time, we all have trust issues. We all wonder. I'm saying if a person absolutely does not trust their partner for any reason, that's a clear sign the relationship is over. If I'm going to regain trust, both partners have to focus on building the trust back. If one of the parties in the relationship is not interested in building and regaining trust, it's over. Is trust salvageable? Absolutely. Can trust be restored from any type of situation? Yeah, absolutely. I'm talking about any type of situation you can imagine. Trust can be restored in any type in a relationship. But if a person says I can no longer trust you, if a party is no longer interested in rebuilding trust, then the relationship is over. Here's another one of my favorite ones. Your goals don't align anymore. You don't have the same values anymore. You're not heading in the same direction. That's a sign that relationship is maybe dead. If we no longer value the same things and want the same things out of life. You want marriage, they don't want marriage. You want children, they don't want children. They want to sit around the house, you want to explore. You want more education, they don't really care about education like that. You want more money and you're hungry for it and you're passionate, they don't really care about that. You're trying to figure out your purpose, they don't really care about purpose. They just like having a good time. When y'all first met, you all were young, so they were hanging out, and people were going out to the club, but as you all get older, he or she is not changing. They still act like they are, in college, and you're trying to advance. You're trying to advance in your career, and they are not trying to advance at all. They're okay with complacency or being stagnant. They don't think out of the box anymore. They don't think differently. They don't want to be challenged. They're lazy. They have zero work ethic. They're not passionate about anything. You want a house, and they don't care about that. You want, to own property, and they don't want anything. So whatever your values are, you look at, you're starting to notice that you all are no longer pursuing the same thing. They want to spend money, you want to save money. They want to blow it on a weekend, downtown, you're trying to build legacy versus spending. Whatever it is, the value systems have changed. That's a clear sign. Here's another one, number 6. You absolutely don't like them anymore. When you are absolutely annoyed with a person, the smallest thing, it aggravates you. You're aggravated with them. I mean, how they chew gum, how they smack. I mean, everything is starting to annoy you. You don't like to see them coming. When they come home, here's another one, y'all. You know, when they call you, your phone rings, you're aggravated with the fact that they're calling you. You're aggravated with the fact that they're texting you. You're aggravated. You just don't like them anymore. And here's the truth of the matter. It happens. You're just annoyed with them. They can't. And here's the truth, y'all. We got to be honest. Sometimes nothing you do is right. It's not because something's wrong with them. It's just simply you don't like them anymore. You don't like them. You do not like them as a person. You may love them but not like them. Here's the truth, and people won't tell us this. You can love a person and not like them. The relationship is over. Unless there is something that you all are going to do to restore that. All right, I'm almost done. 3 more, then we got to go. The respect is not there. They don't respect you. They don't respect who you are. They don't respect you as a person, as a man or a woman. The respect is not there. They talk to you any type of way. They're very condescending. They don't care if they hurt your feelings. They don't check in. They're not accountable to you. They don't care if they just don't care. That's a lack of respect. The relationship is gone. Always know this. Hear me very carefully. Here's some advice. Protect your womanhood. Protect your manhood. If, in fact, the person that you're involved with, they don't have that perspective of you, they don't share that same sentiments with you, that they're going to respect you as a man and respect you as a woman, respect the relationship, then the relationship is dead. Number 7, they're just simply selfish. Everything is about them. Nothing is about you. When y'all are having conversations, they're just talking about themselves. When decisions are being made, it's about them. Those are signs relationship is headed down a wrong path. And lastly, they put 0 effort into the relationship. They just put 0 effort. There's no effort there. You're putting the effort. You're putting forth the effort, and they're not putting forth the effort. Those are signs that this relationship is probably dead, because no relationship can work if we're not working together to make the relationship work. You're trying to do everything. You're trying to please them. You're trying to love them. You're trying to make them happy, and they are not doing the same thing in return. They're not putting an effort into spending time with you, making sure that you're happy. Is dead. Understand this, y'all. Just because there's chemistry does not mean that there's compatibility. Always know that you have to be in a relationship with someone that brings out the absolute best in you. And if a person is not bringing out the best in you, they may not be good.